Okay.
I don't know. I'm actually curious to watch this.
Yeah. So for everybody that's watching, we got two special guests. We got Mason and Buck here tonight, and this is Buck's 288. And off camera, we already put together.
Oh, it's a different color than mine.
Yeah.
New?
No, I think that's the original.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a different color than mine was.
Already put together Daryl's 288, and it did pop.
Has ignition.
Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I sold something on eBay. Man, I better remember that. Okay, hang on, guys. Markers on red. Wow, okay. Cool. Okay. For those people that haven't done the live thing before, it's much more fun to join us live and hang out rather than watching it later. Not so much fun watching it later. Just ask anybody.
We're way funnier live.
Okay, so let's bring you up here. Cobus C, heck yeah. I'll pull the 064 together with the Polish. Nice. You like them? Love them. Anybody else interested in crank tools, they can contact me. I'll put my email here. Just get rid of the extra ampersands and you got my email. Okay. So we got well, this isn't Buck's, this is I think somebody else, right?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine.
Buck's friend.
Inherited, it was his dad's. His dad was a logger,
Hey, Bob.
and he inherited it from his dad.
Okay. It's darn clean 181 that we're turning into a 288. And since we've already done an assembly tonight, we're just going to do another. So I'm going to watch comments here, and maybe we just watch Buck do the rest of this.
You don't want to watch me do it. I'll watch comments and you do it, because people are here to see you.
Maybe.
Once again, this is unofficially sponsored by Yingling, because that's what I drink.
So it was interesting. One of the things that we ran into earlier was a clearance issue between the cylinder head and the crankcase, and it was actually in an odd spot. It was in two spots. We're talking about OEM heads, OEM crankcase. I mean, nothing weird, but right here and over here
Bearings,
on the sides, there was a clearance issue. So let's see if we have the similar clearance issue. So this is pretty ready to rock, right?
It appears to be.
You worked this over as much as you wanted last time, if I remember right.
I just touched it up. Didn't do a whole lot. Just cleaned up the sharp edges. Not much in the way of flow. Polished the exhaust. Everything else looks really good on the casting.
Yeah, it's a beautiful head. I don't like. There was a discussion recently. We're not going to get into it, but there are guys that will only port OEM heads, and my personal feeling on it is I don't like porting OEM heads because I think it's sacrilege. They're just too nice. Some of these are just so nice. I hate to grind on them, and I'll grind on a $25 head all day long. Again, this is not for professional use. This is just messing around. These heads are just so doggone nice. For the Brazil-made KS 288 heads, just beautiful. But we did adulterate this a little bit. So
The casting was very nice. There was a couple of spots where I liked, just because I used to port a lot of saws.
Did we get gasket delete on this?
We did a gasket delete, yep.
Well, that was the plan anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, I ported a lot of saws in the past, and I just like to clean up little things, make sure flow is nice and smooth and even.
And everybody's got a different approach, you know.
Less is more free. What do you say that?
See, that's clearanced fine over here.
Yeah, and it looks good on the flywheel side too.
Yeah, you got a millimeter of clearance. On the other ones,
More
I actually
than
had to grind it off. And the flywheel side.
So the older cases were better than mine.
I guess there's something about that lip on
Yeah.
the PTO side that
Maybe
was
that
so-
casting of this cylinder
This is
different.
This is
Maybe.
an original 1984 saw. That's basically never been apart before.
That's a nice spring.
Yeah, it is a nice. I do like those.
William
dogs.
Prophet, how's it going? Rally, small engines, howdy. Matthew the Master. I don't know about that, but okay. They're freaking stellar, man. Getting ready to clean the 288. Excellent.
Are you gonna have to swap the shafts from that carburetor to the?
I just want to put this in here and
I don't remember.
Let's double, triple check the squish if you.
Okay.
You know, just do it.
Got the mic. Oh, your mic faces are dirty.
Don't look at me. I don't use that thing. So, the Buck wanted to do a gasket delete on this, which is fine. Having fun with my mic.
Yeah, it's not zeroed.
I ain't worried about it.
I am. I want accurate numbers.
It ain't that accurate. Where's my mic? Oh yeah, it's over here. Fine.
And it's off by 1.5 thousandths.
It's fine.
1.5 thousandths.
It wasn't off before.
So it's actually 18.5 thousandths.
I'm not worried.
I would be scared. Fear for my life. No, it's fine. Once you go below 18,
It's
is
not
when you
off by
really have-
1.5 thousandths.
I just did the same thing and it came up. Whatever.
Well, it's friggin' perfect. It comes on to zero fine. I don't know what.
Start. It's not. That's why. That's why it is a start. I'm an asshole.
It's the wrong.
I know it's the wrong
I'm
drive.
gonna put it right here. It's gonna be fine. All right.
Cool.
You happy now?
I am. I'm actually wax ecstatic.
Good. Now, the next thing that we got going is we actually have to change over the throttle shaft on your Tilley carburetor there.
Yes, we do.
We just might as well just do this. 1,000 times easier. Good. Eric Nelson, how's it going? Okay, so old Tilley carburetor, new Tilley carburetor. The problem with the new Tilley is that it's got the roller, and there's two ways to approach this. You can actually put in a different throttle shaft if you feel like it to utilize the roller, or if you want to keep the 181 throttle shaft, you have to, or a throttle trigger assembly, then you actually have to change over the throttle shaft on the carburetor, which I've done before, but it's been a while. You know?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
You want a different screwdriver for that? Hang on. Is that one strong enough?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a little more robust if you want it.
So keep in mind these butterflies only come out one way and they only go in one way.
One way.
So remember how you take it out.
How tight do I torque the cylinder head? Until it's tight.
There is an actual torque spec in
Yes, there
the manuals, but
Do you know anybody that actually does it to that?
I used to, and I kept finding that the bolts were coming loose.
The answer is Loctite, and you go, That's it.
Actually, the
Just before it starts to strip.
No,
actual
not just before it starts to strip.
the actual torque spec is it's only in German, and it's hard to understand. It's called Gudentight, and once you get Gudentight, it don't fall out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tight enough where
Buck's
your eyes are
trying to
almost
be
starting
funny.
pop
Failed attempt.
Failed. He says that's the problem I had. Yeah, the bolts were coming out. Yeah.
That top cover's not terrible. Put it on eBay for $50.
It's yours. Take it.
No, it's got a little crack on it.
At least the bolts are good. So take it. Put it in your box.
That side.
Fine. You do whatever you want there. You didn't pull the choke shaft out, did you?
Fucker.
Tight's tight. Too tight is broken. So yeah, just so everybody knows, we've already been at this for like 3 hours. So we're getting a little nuts at this point. And it's gonna go boing because that's what they do.
It's not gonna go boing.
And you did it wrong, obviously. Probably want my little red pliers. These are the circlip pliers. They actually help quite a bit for that type of stuff. Beauty. Oh. Isn't that nice with seats like that?
Beautimus. All right. So. Oh. I have to swap the spring on this because this recoils the opposite way.
What?
Yep.
It might actually click in a different spot, like under there.
This one came out on top. Let me see.
Dan Fuller. Use the Ugga Tugga torque method.
All the Ooga Doogas.
This came off my saw.
Yeah, that was off yours.
It was pretty,
Just hit it with WD-40. It'll be fine.
It's nice to spring for the new cover, though. It's kind of like the new carburetor. It's just like, it's
like-
cheap enough where
I
it's...
know, it's like under $40 or whatever. It's going not too bad.
Well, there goes that Jesus clip.
It went flying.
Yep. Oh no, it went flying when I took my finger off of it.
How much is that Tillotson carburetor new?
That Tilly carb, I think, is like $68.
Not too rapey.
Right, it should just kind of click nice and gentle. Yeah. And then, want Loctite on that?
Yeah, let's.
Carbs are always fiddly.
What are we missing here?
The Jesus clip is somewhere on the floor over in that vicinity.
Hey, Matt,
The good is I got lots more of the E-clips, so hopefully they're stocked. Yeah.
when you're here and working on a saw and you start getting frustrated, do you look at that picture for inspiration?
No.
Not
Does it
really.
give you like hope?
Yeah.
Is it like light at the end of the tunnel?
That picture was just actually my buddy took that photo. Like he actually.
I think you were telling me.
Yeah, he actually took that photo when he was on a trip out west or
Those
something like
trucks
that.
are badass.
And he was like thinking about me when he looked.
I
He looked at
think
the
I
logs.
did it
and-
right. You want to hold
Oh,
on?
there,
to this
there it
one?
is. It's right here. Hang on, look at this.
Beauteous.
I found it. Tell me that's not it.
Hey, that's the one. It's put in the bag of goodies, along with this
course,
extra screw.
When somebody else loses something off their stuff, they could find it. But when
I wouldn't
lose
throw it
something-
away. Probably steal some parts off of it. Oh boy.
Goodies. Okay. So now what do we do? We're going to take that carb and assemble
That's pretty
the
simple.
whole intake tract here. I think.
That's what I would do.
Yep.
But I'm not in charge here.
We don't got nothing else here.
Pretty slick.
Ah, okay. So here's your. Okay.
Yep. And we need the
Is this
gas
guy
piece.
gonna, when he gets his saw back, is it going in the same logger guy?
No, he's dead. His dad's long gone.
So it's his son that's getting it?
Yeah, his son's like 62, 63.
Oh wow, so this guy was,
Yeah, he was an old logger.
he used this back in like 1987.
It's Tilly carb, not Walbro.
Yeah, it's a Tilly.
Yep. I gotta.
So
Write
he,
this
the
down.
last time this thing logged was back in like 1997.
I think his old man died in 03.
Oh wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah,
We don't need the trigger, right?
nope.
And what year was this saw you said?
It's 1984.
40 something.
Bearing, no bellows, bolt, muffler, O-rings. What bolt? I don't know.
First, you get a compression reading.
I don't remember. Like,
It's gonna be stout.
it'll probably be about the same. It'll maybe a little more stout because that's a brand new head. So it'll be like 185, maybe 190.
Right, because it's
13
fresh.
millimeter.
Yeah.
I already got it out here. That's this guy right here.
Here it is. Can I have your tuck in or impact gun work? Impact gun will work just fine.
More elegant.
There you go. So I felt the washer crush, and that's why I stopped. I didn't want
Hey,
to stop.
Tim. Tim Freeman's here. 10 people watching.
I'm a less experienced tightening guy, so I prefer shorter ratchets when I'm tightening. It gives me
In less trouble.
more wiggle
Right.
room.
So on these are actually supposed to have washers. And the truth is, I don't know where they are.
We could steal them off my saw.
Oh, I see one. Hang on.
You guys could steal them off my saw when I'm not looking.
I mean, I should, but I won't. We got one washer. Darn it, the other one could potentially be like folds here, which would go to be fine. Or I gotta find another, which is always possible until one all that fun stuff. Those are like exceptionally flat spring washers. Here, hold this.
Uh-oh.
There.
Homie got to do a little gasket match in here.
Gasket match. What are you talking about?
Yeah, feel the big lip right there. Feel it.
I don't want to feel it. All right.
Might
Do
wanna
gasket
wash that
match.
out.
If we're building a saw right, we're going to build it right.
Throw it. Throw it.
Yeah.
So,
Do you want this?
give me that stuff. Good.
I'm gonna throw this in ultrasonic.
Good.
Yeah.
I like hair.
Let me go find. Okay. Here. I highly suggest running a couple of M5 screws in
That's
there.
exactly what I was about to ask for.
Yep. And by strange coincidence,
We got a couple right there.
got a couple right here. Husky 268, what's going on, man? Gotta go over here. Now I gotta find. Somehow I gotta find one more spring. Spring washer.
Expired one of my son.
All right. So
Taking anything.
what I'm doing after playing with a little bit the gasket, I realized there's a big,
favorite word.
a very large lip down here, over a 16th of an inch, which will actually affect flow, which is not something I want. So I'm just going to do a little bit of gasket matching down there and clean it up nice. I got it.
See, his piston has wings on it. The meteor is flat. Thought that was interesting. It's a nice piston.
It's a nice kit. Like for the money, like $170 or whatever it is for the actual 288
Yeah,
cylinder
it came
head
out very
kit.
nice.
It's a nice kit.
It is. It is. All right, so I feel a little bit better now that we did a little gasket matching, and it's not going to impede the flow, even though Matt's rolling his eyes at me.
Brett Smith, what's going on, man? Dude, this is going to be done in like no time, right?
Right? Until I screw something up.
Well, don't do that.
All right,
Make
but
things
I'm
easy.
good at that.
Make things easy. Do it the right way.
The manual way.
Didn't say that.
It's the right way, the wrong way, and then whatever the hell we're doing.
Do you need this?
That's exactly what I'm getting. Oh, that fits us so nice.
Nope, nope, nope. Yep. Good. Nope. Good. Do you want Loctite on there?
You know what? Let's. Just for the sake of poops and ha-has.
It's funny how much faster butt saw is going together in mine.
Well,
the camera takes about 3 hours.
It took 3 hours, yeah. Well, we had this significantly together and then realized like something was, I forget what, we quit for the night at some point.
Really? What happened?
I think we got tired.
Something was off though?
I forget what we were waiting for, but I think we were waiting for the carburetor,
Oh, okay.
and we were also tired. Oh, you need 4mm?
4mm. Gracias, amigo.
Oh, Daryl's here. How's it going? Daryl, yeah, your saw's together, man. We spent like 3 hours off camera doing it. I'm looking for a full wrap handle for a 272. Yeah, best of luck.
Yeah, join the rest of the world.
Best of luck with that. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, you and everybody's brother are looking for full wraps for 288s and 272s. They're rare as hen's teeth.
I was gonna say I've only seen one for a 288. I can't recall ever seeing one for a 272.
It's rare. It is very rare. W saw has no decomp. Yeah, the other one we put together had no. The 288 had no decomp. 180, but 175, 180, Daryl, is where you're at for compression. So it's pretty good. And it'll be startable without the decomp as opposed to going to 200 or higher. WSI has no. This has a decomp. This is actually OEM 288 Brazil
it's an-
KS cylinder.
Yes, it's an original 181 SE that the original thin ring cylinder got smoked, so we bumped it up to a 288, a gorgeous 288 cylinder. It's an OEM Husky cylinder, and the casting in there, it's just beautiful.
The Tilly carb looks great. We just swapped the throttle shaft, and should go together now. All right, so we're doing a gasket delete on this.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, let's first mess around with the circlips and make sure those are good, right?
I see 6 o'clock, and I see...
I don't like up. I want to put it down.
Yeah, I don't like up. Down is good.
But it rolls, that's fine. So the circlip there rolls. That one's perfect. It's in the channel. Leave it. Okay. What I'm going to do now is blue Loctite on the head bolts. So if we're doing a gasket delete, you want to make darn sure that the surfaces are pretty clean. So, degreased is important.
We will once again degrease both mating surfaces.
I'll let you do that one.
Ooh, I have cuts on my finger.
Right. That'll show you where you have your paper cuts. Paper cut locator.
All right, so if you didn't,
If you can build your own wrap handle, I mean, shoot, more power to you.
so if you didn't see it last time, I just did a little touch up on the cylinder, nothing crazy. And if you look here, I opened up the pulse port because it's very easy. I mean, it kind of angles down to the pulse hole, and it's easy for a little bit of junk to clog it, and it's super hard to diagnose. So I just take 30 seconds, open it up, so you have a very definitive pulse, and there's no way that's going to get blocked off. Ow.
What was this squish on this without the gasket?
20.
Pretty much right on 20 here. So I like to tap on this stuff. It creates like this patina that just gently flattens out, and it gives you a nice surface, I think.
Now, do you do both, or do you just
I do both.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I always do both, too.
I think you can get away with one if you put a little bit more of a thick layer on, but
Better safe than sorry.
Where are my bolts? Where are my head bolts?
there are two there,
Two.
and if there's no others that are obvious, then I've got plenty somewhere. If I don't, we're in bigger trouble than...
Yeah, I don't see the other two. Let me check this big tray of awesomeness. And I don't see them there either. Oh, here's one. And here's another one. Alright, big thing, make sure the head bolts are clean. Because if the head bolts aren't clean, and they're greasy or oily, the Loctite won't stick to them and they will back out. And try to make sure you have some brake clean left.
You mean these two canisters that are over here?
They're full? I had a brush a can from the shop.
Oh, that one has a nicer smell.
Found more cuts in my fingers. There's a whole bunch of them in there.
Found a great way to coat my fingers with 1184. So this is 3 Bonds 1184. Use it because it is gas and oil resistant, as opposed to like RTV gray, which is not. So there are certain things you can use for gasket delete. or gasket maker rather,
And
there's
it's
certain things you
rated
can't.
for high pressure.
Yeah. So the other thing that you can use is Loctite's 518 or 515. That's anaerobic sealer. This is aerobic sealer. So the nice thing about the anaerobic stuff is that it goes. It won't cure until it has zero oxygen. So it'll just wash away with gasoline if it doesn't cure. The downside to that is that you got to give it 24 hours to cure before you start the darn thing.
All right.
And yeah, that gets a little wonky. I have a ring compressor. Would that make things easier? I know. Why the hell am I not using it? I already have it. Let's make sure nothing's in the way here. Okay. So you're going to make your top dead center. Good. You got it. The miracle of miracles. And then the bottom dead center. Don't put it down until everything's kind of lined up nice.
Got any soda in that fridge?
Probably not.
There's some barley pop in there. All right. So these do have an oddball head bolt size. They're 4.5 mil, which is hard to find. But a 3/16, a standard 3/16 is close enough that you can get away with it.
Thanks.
I went through and actually found a 4.5 mil
What
for
was that?
myself
Don't forget it.
and made a couple of T handles out of them.
Hey, Master, what are we blowing up tonight? 281. The Tele-Carb on this one because it originally had the Tele-Carb, and the Tele-Carb had the throttle shaft that has the linkage on it as opposed to the roller. So we had to swap the throttle shafts.
And that doesn't have a governor on it.
Just so everybody uses
No governor on this card.
This is
So we want
3
this card
bonds,
to keep-
1184 you get on eBay. I can't find it local. It's like it doesn't exist local.
But what?
I can't find this stuff locally. Like Napa or anything, like they don't carry it.
They sell Moto Seal locally and everything, I noticed.
Yeah,
Moto Seal.
Moto Seal you can find.
AutoZone has it. At least mine did. I never used that stuff before, though. I heard it's good.
All right. So now
I like
we are down
Throttle.
to good and tight.
No tapping noise.
So we're gonna find out in a second.
You know, put your the wires and everything on. Right now would be a good time to double check the squish, if you want.
Sounds good. Got a good draw on it. Yeah, let's double check the squish. See what it says. See what she does. Such a pretty saw. It's almost a shame to know that it's actually going to be used.
This guy gonna cut firewood or is he gonna log with it?
He does general stuff around the house. He's got like a 40-inch hickory that he wants to take down with it that's close to the house.
Actually, if you guys want to see pretty, I'm going to show you pretty in just a minute.
Was he gonna run a 28 on it or 32 or?
He's got a 32. I got him a brand new 32. Thanks to Matt.
Where'd you get that? Oh yeah, that was me.
Do you know what I did one time is when I was checking squish, I stuck it in that little hole for the decomp.
And it clipped it
Clipped
right off.
19, baby.
That's tight.
That's the kind of
19.
luck that I have, though.
No, we've all done it. We've all done it.
You're gonna be pulling that thing over.
No, it's got a decomp.
You're gonna be pulling it over.
It's got a decomp.
When that pops out, it's gonna let you know. But just to show everybody what pretty really is.
Oh yeah.
So here's the difference. So this is
OEM factory 1984.
and this is fresh powder.
Oh, it's a lot thicker paint.
It's gorgeous.
So this is for sale. Anybody wants bare crankcase, nice and smooth, ready to rock. Just need to add all the other fixings to it. But this is for sale. This is $350 shipped. People are like, that's pricey. Well, guess what? Best of luck finding another one of these. So it's just a beautiful, start to a project. And you don't got to put the bottom end together. It's already done for you.
Brand new bearings.
Brand new Nachi bearings. Beautiful. Anybody wants it, they can let me know.
Can't beat Nachi bearings.
The powder coat on the cases, it's more robust.
It is a lot. It's a lot stronger. It takes a lot more abuse than the original.
Paint. Yeah. The
Well,
powder's
this has a
just
one-
tougher.
This has a one-piece fuel hose, huh?
Yeah, that's the one-piece hose.
So what is the difference between that and my tank? Is that like a different hole in the tank?
I think
I
it's a
don't
different
remember
hole.
when they changed it, but the original paint was lacquer. I want to say like 89 they changed it. But the original paint being lacquer, it's actually very, very tough.
So lacquer is better than what was in that stuff they used? Out of a rattle can or what?
They use some modern mix that, to me, it doesn't seem to hold up as well, especially when corrosion starts coming in. This stuff,
That doesn't
Still
look like
stick.
it chips at all.
like I said, it's a 1984 saw and it still looks beautiful.
Alright, so what else are we missing for this?
Well,
None of this stuff. This is not
there's
yours. This
the
is
throttle
Robbie's.
spring.
I heard that rubber used to be better back then because it had better material.
Better vulcanization or whatever it was. Maybe.
Like butyl rubber.
Butyl.
I think it goes outside, not inside.
I think it goes inside, not outside.
That's the one.
Well,
Nope.
it doesn't work outside.
That's because you're using the wrong end.
Manuel Bob said
That's
it's
it.
just a stimulus check away for that. Case.
Bob's, I know, Bob's been itching for those cases.
Mm. And it's got that famous little flat spot that they all have. Right off idle. Feel it.
Let me see.
There. Doop. It just wants to go up.
Yeah. It wants to be wide open.
Make it wide.
Oh yeah, because it's either on or off.
Yeah, that's basically how these saws work. There's
It might
very
get
little.
better with more use now, right?
It's just the design of it. It's the cam over where you're overcoming the amount of force and then it clicks right over. So if it started, say, here, go ahead. But it starts way down there.
Because it's overextended.
Yep.
It's like your knee, locked out.
Yeah, it's cammed over. Yep.
Where's your starter and all of those stuff?
Right, because if you do knee exercises at the gym,
Was right. Oh, it's right there on the bench behind you.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm just like, why? I know that, but there's all kinds of other stuff here.
So we got to do wiry stuff.
Yeah.
Stick our rubber back in.
Choke can go in.
Nobody needs a choke.
Click. That's 3mm.
Rodney asked if we built the 288. Yeah, I said, yeah, we did a couple hours ago.
Yep.
Who asked that? Rattler?
Bob says I fell in love with a 359. Yeah, a lot of people. If things smooth out, I have a 254, 359, and 395 that being built. Oh my god.
What part of no?
Just to go.
I have projects that need to be done.
Actually, we have the super duper hybrid that needs to get put together. That's the thing. Really hoping to do that tonight. Don't think we're gonna get to it tonight.
Probably not.
Matt,
By the way,
Mason tell you had over 3. Yeah, we heard that. He got 300 hours on one of the 572s. That's awesome.
What?
Your dad was mentioning about the hours on your 572.
Oh, what's up, Pops?
Bob says, not a problem. I can send other places. He's like, I could go elsewhere, Matt. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so this has the hard line that does not clip into the lines. It's hard coming out of the...
A hard line?
Yep, feel it. Feel it up here.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
It's a hard line coming out. It doesn't clip in.
So that's an older wire. That's just how they were.
Perfect.
And that's how they laid in this. This is going to clip in right here. Perfect.
Click.
There's a lot of little details about these saws I noticed.
Some of them require very...
Bob was just mentioning going elsewhere, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't like the way we do stuff. Apparently we're not good enough for him.
Just so
Attention
you,
to detail, who needs that?
just so you know, Ban Bell Bob is, I think, my best customer at this point.
No, he's a good guy.
He would be a good guy if he's a better customer.
Don't tell him we said that.
Shh. Right, and this is like one of those stupid... You put that in.
Oh, okay. Yes, boss. I got it, boss.
He's like, I heard you don't have time. Yeah. Actually, I've been working a lot. I got to work tomorrow morning. That's the thing. So we actually have to find someone to build a few saws for me. Got a 362 steel and a 441. And I'm both not your guy on those.
I've done a couple 362s, but I don't have...
Yeah, the 362 would not be the top of my list, and the 441 would probably be one of the bottom of my list.
Yeah,
to
I
build.
would not want to do a 441 again. I did one, and I swore I'd never touch another.
The thing with the 441s is they get a really rough rep about being tough to work with. They're kind of a pain in the neck. And at the end of the day, it's probably not worth it, too. It's not the best design to get power and all that stuff.
All right. I have 2 of the 4 bolts we took out.
What are you looking for? No, what are you doing? Those are not cover bolts. Let's get you cover bolts. Like proper.
Did you have them in
Hang on.
I had the 4 that came out of it.
Hang on. We're gonna get you proper cover bolts. Somehow.
That we're
some
going to
way.
Loctite in.
You can Loctite them in if you want, but... Hang on. I've got a whole assortment over here, and I've got more parts and more parts, and the thing
so
is,
pretty.
like, you gotta have proper 288 starter cover bolts. That way you can lose them like everybody else.
That's why we're Loctiting them.
I might suggest Loctiting them later, not necessarily now. You just go back and do it later when you know everything's working for you, you know? Okay, hang on a second. That's flat. That's Phillips. That's Phillips. That's... no. Something else.
Is this your muffler?
I believe it is, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's
Well, there
different
it is
than a
now.
288 muffler, huh?
Say again?
That's different than a 288 muffler? Or is
Nope.
it
Same.
same?
Got more. Same muffler. And perfectly gasket matched. Because I did it last time. It didn't take much. It was pretty damn
Cheater, are you
close.
gonna cut your holes out too? Or is it too nice?
It's too nice and it's not mine. But I do have to put a hole for the decomp.
Starter pencil is always a pain in the neck.
Oh yeah, it's right.
Got
Yeah,
a
it's
bunch.
Yep.
I know I've got a bunch of them.
This is a pre-decomp saw. Back when men were men and sheep ran scared. Daryl Sarah, yeah, the saw does look brand new. It's a 1984, all original, first time it's ever been apart.
Thing is, that guy,
My
I know I
441 screams in the wood, holds a 36 like nothing. I'm not calling you a liar, but I have a hard time believing that. I've run a couple of 441s. I'm not a fan of them. 440s, I ported a couple. Never been a big fan of them. Not saying yours doesn't. I mean, you could have the diamond in the rough, but the vast majority of 440s and 441s that I dealt with were half a heartbeat away from the junk pile.
There was no. There was. I had a small
We had them all together before.
bag. Here we go. Now you have them where they all match. Yeah, that's Phillips. That's so Phillips and flat. Phillips and flat. 4. Yes, done.
Glorious.
Finally. Matt, yeah, I'm not in the groove here, guys.
He gets flustered when I'm around because I'm so pretty.
I'm not calling you a liar, but dueling saw builders for sure.
Not this guy.
What's the next part that we need here? Top handle? Where is that?
It's in the
Ultrasonic?
ultrasonic.
That basically next, right?
It should be. We do have to clearance the top cover.
What are we clearancing?
We gotta clearance the top cover for the decomp.
Oh no, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I have a brand new top cover with a hole in it. If you put a hole in that thing, somebody's gonna yell at you. Oh
All right.
man.
All right, then I'll take your new top cover and I'll give this one back to him.
Dude, it even has the Made in Sweden sticker on it.
It does. It does. So, this is so minty. It still has the original stickers on it.
The better thing to do would be swap Mason, because Mason doesn't have a top cover on his.
But this isn't mine.
You put a new
Just
one
saying.
in there. You put the new one right
Yeah,
there.
the new one's right there. I have a second new one right out
Mine
in the
doesn't
shed.
have a hole in it
Okay.
because mine's not a decut. I was gonna put that on mine, and this is brand new.
I have a second brand new one right out in the shed.
That
I can
one
go
works
get that.
fine for me.
You sure? All right, but
I don't want to use that because it has a hole in it. Because if you use the top covers that have a hole in them, and you don't have a decut.
I have a plug. It's over there. They actually have a plug for the darn thing. Yeah, you gotta put the air filter on first too, and then all
Yeah,
that
but
stuff,
I'm just-
you want to make sure that it fits, but it should.
I can always swap this on that.
oh, damn.
What?
Wow, this is made in Norway. Dude, check this out.
It's freaking perfect. Made in Norway. That's cool.
But it's got a made in Sweden sticker on it. I don't know.
I guess
Oh.
the saw is made in Sweden.
Let's get a compression number.
Oh, this one says made in Brazil.
Let's
want
get a
this?
compression number. Do I want what?
I have to.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not mine.
his.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
But if he says, yeah, absolutely, you can have it, dude, it's yours. It's absolutely yours. If it was mine, I'd give it to you right now.
All right. So now we need screws.
Yep.
Where are your top cover screws?
They were all together over there. So you can play nice right there. That's your box. My box has been empty. You emptied my box out.
So what you're telling me is I am now responsible. Got it. They're gone. That's okay. I got plenty.
I was gonna say, I don't know where they went. They were all in the box, and then you went into the box.
We don't worry about that. I've got plenty. Or
Yes,
I have,
you do.
I have something that'll work. Okay. Oh, these will work. There you go. 2 for the side cover. Hot saw as much? What are you talking about? Cut a big hole in the top cover and put a can in. No.
No. No.
You could, but I'm not on, this is not the time to do that.
You can, but this is not the saw to do that with.
Wondering if we can like do a little mix and match, but maybe we don't have to. Oh no, we definitely don't have to. Hang on a second. Are those Allens? Allens, right?
Yes.
There's 2 that go on the bottom too.
Glorious.
Oh, hot saw, yeah, hot saws, can in, lots of saws. Yeah, yeah. I was actually not expecting to pull as a good on the pawn shop. Yeah, everybody loves selling the 441s. I'm sure there's people that buy them and sell them, and everybody pays $500 for those things, but just not my cup of tea.
Wouldn't it be cool to buy a brand new 288 from Brazil and see if it actually was any different than what we just built?
So they still sell them in like Indonesia and places like that, brand new.
They're probably tougher than the new saws in third world countries.
I'd take one of these older saws over a new one.
Where'd your 4mm go? Why are you using that one?
I have no idea where it went.
It's right here.
It wasn't my turn.
Why are you using it? Was 5:30 seconds? Nope, every 4mm. Can't believe you haven't
That's
found
kinda
anyone
cool.
to 3D print
Ones
the
that
high
was
top.
silver.
Yep.
Well, Bob, the rough answer is yes and no. So, but we'll talk about that some other day.
right. We're gonna run a compression test on this.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. You put oil in it.
I did.
Is this green side up? One of my dad's jokes. Something about installing grass.
Install grass, green side up.
Bad jokes. Bad jokes.
Bad dad jokes. All right. Should I press the decomp in for doing this?
Oh Jesus.
Where we at?
160.
60.
You gotta pull it faster. You gotta give it a couple more reasons.
Yeah?
I'll get it to 180.
Where are we at?
Hasn't moved.
160?
160.
Don't look at me, man. You're supposed to have the throttle open. I used to do that. I used to clamp the throttle open because somebody told me you gotta have the throttle
I'll
open.
probably go up a lot.
Whatever.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
What's his stock one? 150, you said?
145, 150.
That should be 175 with the gasket delete. You should be 175
Oh,
without
easy.
too much trouble.
Easy.
That bore is awful
What was
smooth.
his squish?
Yes.
What was
Yes.
his squish on that?
19.
19, yeah.
All right, so what's next?
So we need a spark plug. Oh, we gotta do
Which is out in the shed.
la muffleur.
Do I take a plug out of mine to make sure it pops? Make sure it has ignition. Probably a good idea.
You don't have many lock washers for these, do you?
I do, but the lock washers go bad because of the heat. So there's really not a lot of point. And yeah, you have to have the front baffle thing. There's a front grabby thing. Do you not have that?
Here.
It's equivalent to forgetting a circlip. Same problem.
Right.
So it was about 160. It should be higher than that. Even with no plug, still got a compression. It's amazing.
How's that happen?
I'm actually surprised I have buck beat for compression. Not by much, though.
I think the bore on that thing is so doggone smooth. that-
Yeah, it's not.
It's my own personal theory on that, but you know, whatever. See if we can get a pop here tonight. A bit low for for what it is, yeah, for a 19 squish on an OEM head. So that'll break in. That 175 is probably where I'd expect that to be.
I would say 175 is probably a very conservative guesstimate.
Now what I would do is go later, and I would not Loctite anything now, because if you're going to be popping this off later to check the piston, good, right here. Make sure it's at an angle and hit it with the impact.
Yes, because Loctite is a form of, or cross-threading is a form of Loctite.
Yeah, right.
Commonly referred to as the poor man's Loctite. Although it does work.
Folks, don't listen to him. He's here all night, and obviously you're stuck listening to him. But
That's not very nice. You're gonna hurt my feel.
I don't think so.
Let me put my box by the stairs and my stuff so I
Go
don't
ahead.
forget it.
Go ahead. That's where you go. Yep, you got it. Ah, Daryl. It's so smooth. You're going to like that. You're going to like that one. Okay, so I got to take the top cover is not going on your bill right now, right?
Yes. Because
No
he's-
top cover.
he's having-
He's okay. Now, where's that? Now where's the card for? That might be in your box.
Should probably do it tonight.
Oh yeah, I'll take those. Good.
Oh, that's my bill. We're gonna throw that away.
I don't know what that is.
It's a receipt.
That might be the receipt for like the 440 stuff, which by the way is stout. So this is bucks for, we need a top cover. So Daryl, we've got a double-sided card here with all the goodies on this for your saw, just to let you know. Well, I'll get you a tally later. But I'm going to nix out the top cover for now. Don't put Loctite in your hair. Oh my God!
No, Gorilla Glue.
Oh no, Gorilla Glue. Oh man, yeah, that's
All the Gorilla Glues.
all the stuff that's come out of that these days, man. All right, so we're looking to get a pop here.
Maybe if we add some go-go juice to it.
That's all you need. Is it on? Yeah. Okay. Yep. She pops.
First
How do you like that?
Look at the smoke too.
Oh yeah. That's all that
Daryl-
WD-40 in there.
Daryl, when we build one for Mason, you know, it's going to be with that brand new powdered case. That's the thing.
Huh.
I've actually got a lot more cases coming, like a bunch.
When I win the lottery.
When you win the lottery.
Hmm.
Do we have a filter, or is that in the ultrasonic?
Oh yeah, it's an ultrasound.
Thought I took it out of the ultrasonic like 2 months ago. Lord, I hope so.
I think it's in the ultrasonic. I bet Mason put it there.
You. I mean, I turned the heat on, so you can go stick your fingers in there.
All right. You don't need the heat in the ultrasonic.
Shh.
Oh, that is hot. Damn.
I told you.
Who's doing that?
Oh, Gorilla Glue. Loctite makes for good chapstick, I hear. Yeah. Sure. I'll take your word for it. Mega Dirty Birdie. Yes, it is a very clean saw. It's an all original 1984 saw.
See, that feels like more than 160.
It feels
When it breaks in, that's gonna be like 180.
I think it's going to be pretty damn close to 200.
Yeah, that's like a brand new cylinder. It's not even the walls aren't even seated. The piston ring isn't seated. The piston isn't
Nothing
seated.
is. And it's that tight.
The bearings are still. Everything's tight.
It's still smoking. Yeah, he is going to be over the moon.
That's have a lot of torque.
Yeah.
Torque monster.
Oh yeah. I think the stock high RPM was 9,800 on these saws, and I think in the wood they were at $7,000, which by today's standards is abysmal. But
The thing
again, it
is
sounds like a 250 dirt bike when it's idling. It's very. I love these saws. I think this is probably the best chassis that Husqvarna ever made. That's just my personal feeling on it.
do you know what an old logger told me one time that ran one of these? He's like, yeah, it's heavy, but you get used to it.
Well, I knew a logger who ran an 056 on a landing. He's like, yeah, it's heavy, but ain't nothing on this world that's gonna stop it.
They'll still come with a dual chain.
They go with anything.
That's a saw to put 404 on.
A 56 could pull it. I think, I want to say the max RPM on an 056 was like 8,800.
Yeah, that's really low. Huh?
But they just lugged through no matter what. They just didn't care.
Yeah, as soon as you throw the chain on one of the newer saws.
Yeah, they're done. Because
Yeah,
they
sharpen.
rely on high RPM. They don't have the torque that these old long throws have. They just, if you compare the stroke of the new ones to the old ones, it's embarrassing. But the old ones made good torque. Look in 090, right? The old 090. Max RPM, 6,600 RPM. Free spooling.
Bob it back together.
Aye, sir. Thank you, sir.
It ain't perfect, but you pop it? You didn't pop it.
I made it up.
Now it's popped.
Little mad ant truck there. Learned me something new.
My 281 has a bit of a difference on the 288. My 280 has the wrap handle. Why is it so rare? Because they're not making the wrap handle anymore. I don't know why.
They didn't make many of the wrap handles either. And another, look at those, they're still perfect.
Pretty clean saw.
Extremely impressive as far as I'm concerned.
Those are best if you use the impact.
When in doubt, get Charlie Whack Whack.
Who said Koba says Loctite? Loctite makes good chapstick. I hear.
I'll take your word for it.
Whoa. Really? Okay.
Maybe you can start a GoFundMe and get $6,000 too.
Tell you what, that thing is with that muffler. That is going to sound good.
Aww. So pretty. Oh, I gotta take this back off.
What for?
I got a heat wrap underneath it.
Oh, yeah. Heat wrap. You want tape?
Yes, please. So again, going back to how different people do different things. Some of you picked up on it, others of you didn't. But I love using heat tape to protect the saw as well as the plastics. So, if you look on the front of the saw here, that's fine. You can see where I heat wrapped underneath the muffler and up on the sides of the case. It helps protect it, and it helps just expel all the heat that's under there. So, I'm a big fan of using heat tape underneath the top covers.
You do anything the muffler? Mason's gonna mod the muffler, Daryl. On this one's got a red 97 deflector on this that I TIG welded.
He's into knives.
Oh, I don't want to get in trouble.
Come on, man. Hey, Dad, wait till you see this guy's knife. Make yours look like a kitty knife.
All right, Dad. So I spent some time in the Marine Corps, and I did some time in a very special unit, and we were issued Benchmade Infidel, and I still have 2 of the ones that I was issued when I went to Afghanistan, and it's an out the front, very nice, good weight, and literally scalpel sharp. I just showed Mason that I shaved a good portion of my arm with it without even trying, so it's
That thing scares me.
yeah, it's fun. But yes, that knife went to Afghanistan and came back, so I suppose it's a good one.
too much heat tape for you? Is it too much?
Never. No such thing as too much.
Yeah, I get that bolt for a muffler too.
Brett Smith says, "Thank you so much for your service. Much respect, sir."
Oh, don't call me sir. I work for a living. But thank you. My service was absolutely my privilege. I regret that I'm not still in. I wish I could, but it is what it is. I am no longer physically capable, so I'm not. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, it turned out quite nice. You want me to pull the thing out, the other thing out of the ultrasonic?
If you don't mind, if it's done.
That clutch is in good shape.
Yeah, everything on this saw is in good shape. Wow. It's disgusting.
it's so good looking and it's actually disgusting. That's when you know something's good looking.
Like, I hate to say it, but I don't want to give it back to him. Paulie's good people. He's an amazing guy. Wonderful, wonderful man. He does a lot for our local community back where I am. He's also a firearms instructor and does classes and for concealed carry and all that. Does women's shoots because apparently women have a hard time shooting around men. They'd rather shoot around women or whatever. I don't know. I'm not one to judge. I'm a competitive shooter, so I don't care who I shoot around, but he does a lot with women, does a lot with teaching kids. He coaches a kids competitive shooting league. All around awesome, awesome guy. Would give just about anybody the shirt off his back without question. So when he asked if I could fix his dad's saw, I said absolutely, no questions asked.
Let's get that stick on here.
True email says, "Thanks for these vents."
This is from Southbury.
Mason's grandfather's a Marine in the Korean
You got
War.
this from Southbury.
Ooh, that's a hard charger right there. You can tell me your grandfather was a Marine.
Yeah, he was. In Korea, I think.
Yeah, that's a bad dude. Man,
He was a drill instructor.
Oh, I never wanted to be a drill instructor. That's a rough life. If I had to deal with people like me in boot camp, oh, I probably would have killed somebody.
Passed away, unfortunately, recently.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I wish I got to know him a little better.
True email, thank you. Appreciate the patronage there. We're just a couple of guys that hang out here and
I'm nobody.
have fun, you know. Hopefully get something done and build something that works.
Actually, I don't even care if it works. I just have fun doing it. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's kind of fun
Sorry
to
to hear
build
that, Daryl.
something and it blows up, just so you can go back and figure it out. I mean, it does suck that it blew up, but if something I build fails, I personally want to know why.
How would I go
That
about
was
taking it apart?
complicated. Unscrew that right. That spring.
This is just a straight spring. It just goes down in there. Just on that. Yeah, I know. Looks like a roll pin here. Probably wouldn't be nearly as hard as you think.
Simpler than doing that.
Maybe.
And this is probably the bolt that went in front.
Aha. Or at least you can use that for that purpose, yes.
That sticker is still there, huh?
Right? Oh, got goofed up a little bit. Say a little weasel piss should help it out.
Well, unfortunately, not nearly as much as you'd hope. Mean green in the ultrasonic is not good on paint. The good news is I know I got it to powder coat. The bad news is that was
That's not getting powder coated. What are you doing? It was perfect when I brought it here. I want my money back. Son of a bitch.
that 181 is pre-chain brake. No, that's just chain brake.
Yeah, it's got the very difficult to find, still in functioning order, aluminum adjustable chain brake. Oh, that breaks my heart.
You're not short of bar nuts, are you?
Actually, the outer dog that matches this one.
What?
It was in the box.
No. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, I brought it in with the saw. This is yours.
And we are up creek. Or rather, I am.
Oh, don't you worry about it. I do have another one. I have another one.
I don't know where that would be.
Pretty sure that's no longer available, huh?
That's probably an NOA.
Right. Yeah, basically, there's no hope of finding that.
All right. So, except for these little blemishes from the ultrasound, there she is, in all her glorious glory.
That's all that I have. Parts. Buck, was this is this your tray or mine?
That old switch is cool.
That's your choice. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, very
Probably
good.
better than the new ones.
Oh, you know what we forgot?
The rubber baby buggy bumper.
You got it. And I put this decomp in here, but we already
For
used
that
one.
suck,
So
yep.
this one's mine. We gotta find an outer dog.
3-prong outer dog. Either it's here,
Or it's in the shed.
ugh,
Maybe.
but I doubt it.
It's alright. What is it, man? Don't get trapped on the wheel. I've got another one.
If it ain't in here, I don't know where it will. I can look out in the shed in my bucket of parts.
Not a big deal. This went on the...
Yeah, there.
Yeah. So word to the wise, when you do put these covers on, wiggle them around a little bit and make sure you don't capture the spark plug wire underneath the seal, the ridge that goes over, because it will, if you run the saw like that, it will cut off that spark plug wire. Ask me how I know. And they're not easily replaceable
Can't
if
see
you
the
don't
badge.
get.
What model? Husky 181. It's a
SE.
181 SE. This with the thin ring. This was. Now it's effectively a 288 with a 288 cylinder. Premium. Bill Bob says sold way too many good saws. 16 288s. All had good cylinders, but that's in the past. Oh,
There's something wrong with you, bandsaw Bob.
oh.
Man.
He's gonna be flogging himself all night for that.
Held on to him for another 30 years, you'd be sitting on a gold mine right now.
Those old chain blades are so cool, man.
Feel that. There's a lot of tension there.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
It's a nice piece.
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to the hybrid tonight, but we're gonna do that another day. I would actually do it tonight, but I gotta
work tomorrow.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Wow, it's already 10:15.
Yep, that
Oh
means
You have to work tomorrow.
No.
You don't have to work tomorrow.
It's Friday.
that means tomorrow they'll be putting the muffler on that and doing the muffler. Maybe test it, I don't know.
That means tomorrow, when it's done snowing, I'm going to make my way over to George's house and give this thing a workout.
Run like a quarter tank and then check all them bolts. Check everything. Oh my god.
These things really aren't that physically big for a 90cc.
No. It's not the cinder block that a 394 is.
It's smaller than a 372.
The
It's
two
about the
brakes,
same
they
size
were
as a
left. Yeah,
372.
they needed a lot. But you know, Bob, I'm really finding that all these 288s, they pretty much all need the same thing. It's amazing how much money it takes to resurrect these things. Once you do, you've got
Right, because there's so many little itty bitty bits and
these
pieces.
itty bitty bits and pieces, and oh dear. But once you do, they are hot. You know, this is a fine running piece.
They are boringly reliable, dependable, and they're just consistent. They're boringly consistent.
So
I'm gonna hit the road.
you're gonna hit the road. All right, I'm gonna say good night, everybody. We're gonna say thanks everybody for hanging out. Do appreciate it.
You guys.
If anybody wants toolkits,
I'm gonna
shoot me
grab
an
my
email.
Mountain Dew that I left in the fridge.
Okay.
right there.
I'm gonna go tinkle quick. Grab me a beer while you're in there.
You want a beer?
Yes, please.
People can shoot me an email if they want toolkits or whatever. I will get back to people eventually. I'm going to be busy tomorrow, but we'll see what we can do, you know. All right. Daryl, you're very welcome. Hope you enjoy the saw. Buck's going to enjoy this saw, and I think his buddy Paulie is whose saw this is. So I hope he enjoys that. We're going to get on that hybrid as soon as I possibly can, and so more fun stuff. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.